Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Thegullysquad. Good day, everybody. Hope everybody's having this good Friday, I just want to say, it's been a few days that I got on the mic. Been kind of busy. But I'm back on the grind. Now, I want to discuss something that, it happened a few days ago, but I want to discuss it only because, social media, people are raving about what happened, and, there's a musician who goes by the name of Lizzo. And I want to say I'm the first person who does not know her music. I don't listen to Lizzo. I don't know her music. But from what other people have told me, she's a great, she has a talent. She knows how to play either the flute or something, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. God damn it, I don't know. But I heard she's talented. Okay? And for that alone, I'm like, okay, we're not talking about her talent. But just to say, I heard she is talented. And she's been doing pretty well for this year, 2019, a couple of hits and a couple of good singles, and okay, cool, great. And she's a bigger woman, physically a bigger woman. And she's been, very outspoken in her way of confidence in her body, and which she should. Every woman, I believe, should be confident within their own body, within their own selves. And it's playing good to the crowd. She's entertaining from what I see. I don't know her music, but from what I see, she seems like she's an entertaining young woman. And right now she's a media darling. People like her. Okay, great. But what happened was she went to a basketball game. And, a lot of people know this, but she went to a basketball game and she was dressed provocatively. Now, a lot of women go to games and, events. They dress provocatively. But this is 2019. Women, you should be able to dress the way you want. I firmly believe that. Now, does that mean you should be walking around butt naked in a public place? And, we're not there yet. It looks like we're going there, but we're not there yet. But she was dressed a little provocatively. And from what I've seen by the videos, her backside was out, fully out. Okay. Now, have we seen this before with other entertainers? God damn it, we have. Let's be realistic. We have seen it before. We have seen other entertainers, barely, dressed in very provocative attire. Females wearing very provocative attire. Maybe see-through shit, one time, one event, I can't remember what it was, and had Rihanna. She was wearing this beautiful see-through outfit. God damn, you saw everything. Oh, Rihanna's a beautiful woman. She is. If you hear Rihanna, I'm letting you know. God damn it, gorgeous. But she was dressed provocatively. You saw her nipples. You saw the flesh. And at that time, people said, people's eyebrows went up. But she was at a different event, if I remember correctly. She was at an event that was not children based. It wasn't a family based event. It was more for grown ups. It was a party gala, if I'm not mistaken. And I hear people comparing it to that. Now, I believe, this is my personal belief, I believe if a woman wants to dress provocatively, I think she should. I think it's her right. It's her God-given right. But here's the thing. There is a but. If you decide to go to a public event where there's children and families, and it's more of a publicly family-orientated event, and basketball games are, let's be realistic, and you go there and your whole backside is exposed. That's one thing. But you go in there and you're shaking your big behind, your whole backside in front of a public family event. There's a goddamn problem. Because if I'm a person bringing my child there and we pay good money for good goddamn seats, I want my child to be exposed to the basketball game. Not to Big Bertha, and I'm not disrespecting her, but not Big Bertha, who decides that she's a celebrity and she wants to show her whole goddamn backside twerking right next to me. I mean, we have to understand something, folks. And this is not specifically, even though we're discussing Lizzo, this is not specifically a situation that is just Lizzo's problem. I've noticed this going on a lot. That people feel that any location you could be able to show all your ass and all your titties and everything. We have gotten to a place where at a restaurant, at a movie theater, at the library, at the mall, at church, at the DMV, you can twerk everywhere. When did we make it acceptable that you can twerk every goddamn location? Ask yourself that. This is bigger than Lizzo. This is bigger than her. It's telling you that we have gotten to a time and place where we can twerk and we can do lewd behavior anywhere and it's acceptable. Well, goddamn it, it ain't. It isn't. And this ain't got a goddamn thing about fat shaming. You gonna get this heat. You gonna get this work. Because if it was a skinny chick with no ass showing her backside completely butt naked next to me, I mean, completely butt naked, completely showing her whole backside the way she was, and I had my son, I would also be offended. I'm like, well, I didn't pay to see that. I didn't pay for my boy to see that. He came to see the basketball players. So if she was skinny with a flat ass, if she was short with a big ass, if she was curvaceous, now I'm gonna say this, even though if she was curvaceous and had a nice body, I probably would have looked twice. I'm a man. I'm gonna keep it real. But I would have still be a little disgruntled because I didn't pay to go see that at the time I'm there with my child. That's the problem. That's the problem. I wasn't there so that I could, and that is the point. That is the point. The point is, we have lost decency in certain venues. We have lost the respect that certain venues project to us. Some places are off limits, goddammit. You're gonna get this heat. You're gonna get this work. I'll say it again. Some places are off limits. Why are we even having this conversation? If you have to ask yourself, why is it that we have to ask ourselves, wait a minute. All of a sudden, you could bear your whole ass everywhere. And it's appropriate. What? Since when did that reality kick in? When Donald Trump became president and the whole world and the whole universe went upside down? That it's okay that you can show your bare ass, your bare titties, and bare everything, any location? Ask yourself that shit for 1 second. When did it become popularized socially, morally, and ethically for you to be able to show your goddamn ass everywhere? Like I said, this ain't got to do a goddamn thing about fat shaming or skinny shaming or short shaming or whatever BS you're trying to pull. It ain't got nothing to do with that. That's not the argument. The argument is there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for certain things to be seen. I'm not going to go to church. Now, if I was a church going person, I'm not. I don't go to church right now. I'm going to be very honest. If I was a church going person, God damn it, I don't want to see Sister Susie twerking up in a church, even though they're doing that in some churches. I'm going to keep it real. If I go to a funeral and they're putting someone to rest for their last resting place, I don't want to see nobody twerking up in that motherfucker. I don't want to see your ass. Is that the next level we're going to go to? Oh, it's okay. Don't shame her because she's twerking at the goddamn funeral. What? Yes, it sounds stupid because it's insane. It's insanity. We're pushing the envelope towards whatever. Oh, it's just whatever. But then you're wrapping it around with, oh, it's confidence. Oh, it's your body shaming. No. It's morality and ethics. And it's a goddamn time and it's a goddamn place for everything. And we have blurred those lines. Now, it's not, this one individual, Lizzo, she did not start this. So I don't want this to be we're attacking her, because we're not. She's just a bigger picture for a bigger problem that's happening in the society. When is certain things appropriate and when certain things are not appropriate? Like I said, if someone is at a funeral, is it appropriate for you to come there with your whole backside twerking? In society, some people will say it is. Think about that. In this day and age, some people will actually think, yeah, why not? Why shouldn't someone be able to twerk at a funeral? Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't it be appropriate someone's twerking at Sunday Mass? Some people who are listening to this conversation know some people would think that's okay. This is how far we have gone. We need to bring it back. We need to roll this shit back, people. And I'm not a prude. Let me tell you something. I'm very liberal in many things, but I do understand the common decency of where there's a time and a place for everything. Now, this is just one aspect of the problem. I find it interesting that they are parading this woman as the next big thing. Now, I'm not sure if it's because of her talent or because of other agenda situations. Now, I'm hoping it's because of her talent, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I think they're using this woman. I think they're using this woman for a particular reason, for a particular agenda. But we'll see that for another episode. Right now, we need to ask ourselves this. Is it appropriate for us as Americans, and for those who are not Americans, is it appropriate that someone could show their backside, their whole backside, at any given time and any given place in a public venue? That should be the question. Not you shouldn't shame her for doing it, or you shouldn't say what she can and cannot do. That is exactly what we should be saying. That is exactly, and I'll repeat that shit, exactly what we should be saying. There are certain things we're not supposed to be doing. There are certain things we're not supposed to be doing in front of children. There are certain things that we're not supposed to allow in certain venues. Why? Because there's an etiquette. Why? Because there's a code, so to speak. If I'm at a picnic, at a family picnic, which, people have all the time, family festivities and family gatherings, and you have a family cookout, cousins, uncles, brothers, sisters, the whole gamut. Usually sometimes there's an uncle, he got a little too drunk. He'd be like, calm it down, Uncle Leroy. Or you have a niece who's just a little too provocative. Little Susie, she just dressed a little too provocative. And the family talks about them. You know what I'm talking about. I'm like, she shouldn't be wearing that shit. She's too young. What is she doing? And Uncle Leroy, he had too much to drink. Now he's talking about the whole goddamn family business. See, certain things are not appropriate, and we know it instinctively. Why? Because we're smart human beings. My audience is smart. We know this instinctively. We know that if you're wearing a certain thing at a group gathering, you're going to get talked about. Like, wait a minute, maybe you shouldn't wear that now. Yeah, you look good, sis. You look good, but this isn't the time and the place. Oh, okay. We know that instinctively. Same thing with Uncle Leroy. If he's drinking too much Henny, he knows, like, we got to pull him, the men pull him to the side and say, Uncle Leroy, you're talking too much about our goddamn business. You need to cool it down. You've been drinking too much. You out of pocket. And then Uncle Leroy, he'll get a little argument. But he pulls to the side and says, well, goddamn, I am been drinking. I am talking some shit. The whole family's telling him talking some shit. I mean, calm my ass down. Something kicks in ourselves and say, well, this ain't right. It's not appropriate. Since when that celebrities, and not shitting on celebrities, but since when did celebrities got a carte blanche to be inappropriate anytime, anywhere, and any place? Who gave you that goddamn power? Slow your goddamn roll. You're gonna get this heat. You're gonna get this work. Shit ain't appropriate everywhere, at any time. So I say this. No, this is not fat shaming. This is not skinny shaming. This is not small shaming, or whatever type of shaming you want to put into it. It's none of that. It's a discussion about where are we going in society and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Now, of course, you cannot generalize what a big moral code is in clothing and you can't dictate what a woman should wear, nor should you. But as sensible human beings in entertainment, in media, in journalism, in teachers, in scholars, and doctors, we all have an etiquette. We all have a time and a place when something is appropriate. And we blurred those lines. We need to come back. We need to get it together. A new generation is seeing this. And that new generation of 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds are looking at this generation and us now as supposed adults as, goddamn, these adults don't give two shits either. They're showing everything. So the children are going to say, well, shit, if she could show her whole backside today, 2019, at a basketball game, well, why don't I just show my titties and my vagina at a basketball game next? Who's to stop me? Are they going to say, oh, you're shaming my natural body? I want to be nude. That's the next level. That's the next step. We got to reel it back, folks. We got to slow that shit down. On that note, I bid you peace. On that note, family, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Support the Gully Squad at patreon.com. And remember, we are one.